Oh, that's better.
All right, we're up. We're live. Welcome everyone on YouTube. We'll be starting the net here in a few. I'm still adjusting what you're seeing. We have a lot of folks in here tonight. Is that everyone? Is that 6 people?
Welcome and good evening, everybody. This is Kilo November 6 Delta Alpha Lima. The name is Nick. I'm tonight's net coordinator for the 2-meter cruise anti-net. I'd like to take a minute to thank the owners and supporters of the W6VVR repeater and the Vaca Valley Radio Club for letting us use this repeater and for the anti-net. If there's any priority traffic at this time, let us know and we will clear the frequency. I'm going to make one call for priority traffic now. If there is any, please come now. All right, with nothing being said, the 2-meter crew is not an actual club. We're a group of hams that are learning and enjoying all things ham radio related. There are no dues or fees to be a 2-meter crew member. For more information, you can log into the 2-meter crew website at the number 2metercrew.com, or you can visit our Facebook site, 2MC. This is an open net and everyone's welcome. Please feel free to join in. Every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. on the W6VVR repeater. The frequency is a 145.470 with a negative offset of 600 kilohertz and a PL tone of 127.3. You can also link in through our AllStar link node at the numbers 51094 or through the DMR talk group of 314-6694. And you can also view our anti-net live stream through Ham Radio TV on YouTube. So we're going to take in check-ins tonight, and we're going to do it just a little bit differently to see if we can speed things up a little bit. So we have a pre-check-in through NetLogger, and currently we have, as listed, N6CMB, Chris in Concord, KM6FAK, Jason in Vacaville, myself, WG5EEK, Michael in Vacaville, WA6PKJ, Rodney in Sebastopol, W6CRP, Carlos in Walnut Creek, N6THN, Bruce in Vacaville, and KM6TAX, Ted in Martinez. And so the next check-ins that I'm going to take are going to
N6CMB, I'm going to let Nick know that we lost his transmission there.
Sounds good. KM6FAK. Yeah, welcome everyone. We are turning a lot of knobs and switches for everyone tonight, so hang out with us. Come hang out in the chat. This is KM6FAK. Go ahead, Nick.
Oh, I think I had a timeout on my radio that I'm transmitting on. Where did I lose you?
Nick, you got most of it out. You were just saying that you were going to start taking some check-ins. You got through all the check-ins. They made it out. So pick it up with who you're going to take check-ins from first.
Copy that. Thank you. Again, this is KN6DAL, Nick in Everett, Washington. I'm going to start with digital check-ins. So anybody through AllStar, DMR, EchoLink, or any check-ins noted on Jason's live stream, come now.
Good evening, Net and Net Control. Whiskey 6, Quebec, India 0, W6, QIZ. Robert and Reno, no traffic.
All right, thanks, Robert. And any more digital modes, please come now.
is Whiskey 4, Mike Alpha Foxtrot out of Richmond, Virginia via EchoLink.
Okay, I got a double there. Mike Alpha Foxtrot, can you come again with your prefix?
Whiskey 4, Mike Alpha Foxtrot.
All right, thanks for checking in through EchoLink, and other station, come now.
Kilo Golf 6, Alpha Echo Bravo, Marcus and Red Bluff, checking in.
Marcus, good to hear you. Thanks for checking in. Next, please.
Kilo 6, Baker, X-Ray, Papa, Fairfield, California.
Okay, I think I got it. Your audio was a little bit low. It was Kilo 6, BXP.
That is correct.
For your check-in. Next, please.
E0 UKH listening in the UK.
All right, 2E0 UKH. Thanks for checking in. Next digital check-in coming up.
Paul, good evening.
We might have doubled. Come again, station.
KN6 HOF, Paul in Oakley, California. Good evening.
All right, Paul, thanks for checking in. Next station.
This is KZ8NKO, Steve in Bay City, Michigan.
Okay, Steve, thanks for coming in today. Any other digital modes? AllStar, EchoLink, DMR, come now. All right, with that, I said we were going to do it just a little bit differently. What I'd like to do now is we'll go through those digital modes and give everyone a chance to speak for just a minute, and then jump into all of the people coming in on RF. So we'll start from the top with our netlog check-ins with Chris. N6CMB. Chris, go ahead.
Hey guys, I'm going to apologize that I did miss at least, I think, 2 calls. Nick, as you're getting them, if you can call them out one more time to clarify, that helps as well. So if you got missed, please just forgive the horrible net logger, and when given a chance, go ahead and come ahead with your traffic. We're all still learning on this thing, so we'll get it better and better. And I'll leave it at that, guys. Thanks for being out here, and we'll speak to you soon.
Thanks a lot, Chris. Yeah, if you're looking to me for help with the calls, I'm buried and lost, so sorry. Next up, we got KN6FAK. Jason.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? Here in a little bit, I'm going to talk about Q codes. So we're going to, we're going to learn about Q codes, some of the basic ones. Maybe you already know them. Maybe it'll be a refresher. But yeah, I'm here. We're live streaming. Hope everyone's having fun in the chat. I've been kind of glancing over there a bit, but just having fun with all these cameras and microphones and computer screens. Doing a great job, Nick. Thank you, and everyone that's out there. KM6FAK.
Okay, next up we got WG5EEK, Mike.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Yeah, this is WG5EK. Just chilling here, running the chat moderation for this, and haven't really done a whole lot else for RF stuff this week. But planning on having some fun. Tomorrow night we're having our club meeting, and we're actually going to do the same thing we are now, thanks to Jason, populating Zoom and YouTube and RF all together. It's kind of neat. Back to you, WG5EEK.
All right, thanks for checking in with us, Mike. Next up, we've got Rod, WA6PKJ.
A new chat facility up there. We've got we have over 260 registered members on the website, and in the future weeks I think we're going to be hooking up a lot of hey, what are you doing? We're going to be hooking up a lot of new technology, interconnecting it from the repeater to YouTube and probably to the website. So we'll leave all those details for the future, but it looks like it's going to be really exciting. So I'm glad everybody has checked in tonight, and hold on to your hats for some new stuff coming real soon, I think. Thanks a lot.
Hey, Rod, did you have anything to say important in the beginning? Because I didn't key the microphone, so nobody heard you.
Oh, okay. No, I was just saying that the website is going along pretty good, and we hope to get some interconnectivity up there with Jason's ham radio TV, and the feed from the web, repeater, and things like that, and with some live video with people that might be able to join in the future. We'll see how all this is going to work out, but there's a lot of new technology coming up, I think, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So hang on, and we'll catch you next week.
Okay, great. Thanks, Rod. Yeah, so for those that didn't realize, I just transmitted that via Zoom. Oh, Rod, by the way, what's your call?
WA6PKJ.
Yeah. So that was through Zoom, through my computer, through the radio. This is KM6FAK. Back to you, Nick.
All right. So, thanks a lot, Rod, for the update on the website and for everything that you do with that. Next up, we have W6CRP, Carlos.
Well, thanks for letting me check in. It feels kind of cool sitting on this end, playing around, trying to figure out how to get myself into Zoom here. Way over my head when we start going into the digital modes. But I've been working from home. It's still taking some getting used to. You know, I'm used to getting up in the morning, hitting work, and grinding it out, coming back home. So a little adjusting, trying to get out in the yard and burn off some energy in the evenings, plant the garden, doing that kind of stuff. But everybody's doing well on this end, sheltering in place. And, man, you guys are pushing it another step further with Zoom. It's just incredible to me, all the things you guys are doing in the background around this net. So a lot of fun. And I think that's about all I had. W6CRP, back to net.
All right, thanks, Carlos. Next up, we've got N6THN, Bruce in Vacaville.
Hey, Nick and the group, this is Bruce, N6THN, checking in on analog RF and digital video, and I'm enjoying the net. Back to you, Nick.
All right, thanks, Bruce. Next up, we have Ted, KM6TAX.
Uh-oh.
All right, next we got Mitch in San Anselmo, WU1Q.
Don't worry, it is still working.
Okay, moving on to W4MAF, Michael in Richmond.
Sign is WU1Q, and I'm up here in the North Bay, and I don't, believe it or not, guys, I don't have a whole lot to say, but hey, keep up the good work, and looking good, 2 meter crew. Keep up. Good night.
Leave it there, Mitch. Thanks for coming. Next up, we got W4MAF, Michael in Richmond.
W4MAF here. Thank you very much, Nick. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is my first or second time on this net. I've been a fan of it. I've listened quite a bit. If I was on once before, it was when I was walking the dog through the neighborhood on the East Coast in Richmond, Virginia.
Wow.
I got to say, my attention to this net was brought to me through the internet and the 2 meter crew. I had been a fan for a little while now. I've only had my license for about a year. Broadcast engineer by trade, and finally got into the hobby. So I am inspired absolutely by everything I've seen here, and I think I have early on because I think I've had some of these same ideas for net. I love in Waynesboro the KC8MTV repeater. It's a Saturday night fusion net, a lot of fun, and I think some of the ideas I had actually came from watching the 2 meter crews. So thank you very much, Jason. Hope everyone's having a good afternoon and evening. This is W4MAF out of Richmond, Virginia, 73.
All right, thanks, Michael, for checking in with us. Be sure to tell your friends around there about us. We appreciate having you. Next up, we've got KG6AEB, Marcus in Red Bluff.
Second.
All right, next is KK6BXP, Brian in Fairfield.
I don't hear anything.
All right, moving on to KE8NKO, Steve in Bay City, Michigan.
This is Steve, Bay City, Michigan. I want to say I'm joining you on that. I'm glad to be checking in again. I think it's probably my 4th or 5th time trying to get you every week. Everything's going halfway, I guess, here in Michigan. Supposedly, in case it's full of it, but we're looking at a 2-week extension for lockdown here. I guess they're going to probably announce tomorrow. Going to go through the end of April now. It was supposed to expire on the 14th. I don't even know. It sounds like it's on the 30th, if not longer. So hopefully everybody's staying safe and doing what they're supposed to do, I guess, right now. And other than that, I'll be on the side and KG and Leo.
All right, thanks for checking in with us. And then we've got I didn't catch your name, I apologize, 2E0UKH, and I believe he was out of somewhere in the UK.
Yep, that's right. It's Chris, 2E0UKH. I've got the YouTube channel, Digital Analog Ham, and I do very similar things to you, so I've been following you guys for a long time. I'm calling in on EchoLink. I've got a question for you. do you think EchoLink is analog or digital? Back to you, because it can go through FM.
Chris, my response to that would be I would consider EchoLink digital, but it does have an analog property to it, I guess, if used in conjunction with a radio to a repeater or something like that. But I think for all purposes that would be considered a digital mode. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, carry on with the stream. I'm enjoying watching on YouTube. I do very similar things, and it's very interesting to see you doing it the other side of the world. 7-3. Thanks for the stream.
Great to have you, Chris. Thanks so much for checking in. Next up, we have KF6HHH, Dan in Woodland.
Good evening, Nick and the Net. This is Dan, KF6HHH in Woodland. Just sitting here, listening to the net, having fun, and not much else going on. Stuck in the house, practicing my CW, and hoping to get better. Hoping everybody else is having a good time and staying safe.
All right, thank you, Dan. Next up, we have K4NCU, Michael in Gastonia, North Carolina.
6 CMB.
Come again, station.
Yeah, Nick, N6CMB, Chris, NetLogger here. Just want to let you know, you may get a few that don't pop up. I have included some guys that, posted up in the feed, the YouTube feed, so some of them may only be watching on YouTube. But so if you're on YouTube and you're digital or analog, you might get called out here, so listen up for your call.
Great, thank you for that. We'll give one more shot on K4NCU, Michael in Gastonia. All right, we've got KN6BXX, Michael from Carmichael.
Hey, good evening there, Nick and the group. KN6BXX, Michael Carmichael, through radio, RF with the BVR repeater. A couple firsts for me tonight. First on NetLogger, I look like successfully logged in. That's great. And also, I heard we got Zoom. I'd like to know how to get the link to Zoom so you can see my pretty face. By the way, Nick, good to see you too, man. It's been a while since I've seen your face too. Great to see you, and you're doing a great job. And Jason, as always, you're kicking it with this great technology. You're all blessed. All right, I'm going to sit aside and keep listening. KN6BXX clear, 7-3 to all.
All right, great to have you, Michael. Next up, we've got KN6BZG, Randall and Riverside. Okay, KK6TKS, David in Roanoke Park. And we have KE5DC, William in Vacaville.
Good afternoon, Nick and the Neck, KE5DC, Bill in Vacaville, and it's a trip watching you guys on YouTube, and especially Jason with a big spectrum analyzer behind his head, so looking forward to the rest of the net. KE5DC.
All right, thanks, Will. Next up, we have KE0UBI, Thor in Medelia.
1, 2. The audio doesn't match Nick. You notice that?
Then we have KG4SXF, Michelle in Morganton, North Carolina.
Wonder why.
All right, I think I see her in the chat there, so welcome, Michelle. So that's all I have for digital check-ins. As we move on, let's go to just regular RF check-ins. If there's anybody who hasn't gotten a chance to speak, go ahead and come now.
Kilo 6, Tango, Victor Tango.
WB6, WYF.
Kilo, November 6th, Alpha Charlie Kilo, Daryl in Roseville. Good evening.
W6, POT.
W1 FRD.
KG6, ZBN, John in Bakersfield.
And 6 GST, Sandy Pleasant Hill.
KD6, KWV, Bobby in Concord.
Kilo November 6, Victor November, Quebec. Brian in Woodland.
Because we do have someone trying to log them all at the same time. I'll respond after your check-in and confirm that we got your call correctly, and then go ahead with the next one. So come again, next station.
Kilo Oscar 4, Bravo Whiskey Victor, Royce in Kentucky.
Alpha Golf 6, Bravo India, Rick in Vacaville.
All right, we put Chris to the test there. How'd you do?
Not well. I think the last one I was able to get was KN6VNQ. I think that was Brian in Woodland. Looks like someone might be getting that. Help me out with another one. But yeah, we need to do a check afterwards to make sure, because I don't always get them on the first try. So if we can do a one station come, let net control make a check that we got it, and then we'll get the next one.
Copy that, Chris. I was reminded gracefully before this anti-net started that we are all amateurs, and so sometimes that shows, and that's okay. So I'll start off here with what I have down, and if I missed you, I apologize. And then if I didn't get all of your call or any of your call, I'll try to call on you and get it logged in here. So we'll start with Daryl. We got KN6ACK.
Roger that. Thanks, Nick, for doing the net from so far away. We miss you down here, man.
I appreciate it, and thanks for checking in. Next up, we had BN6BNT, I believe. Then we've got Fred, W1FRD.
Nick, Fred here. I'm trying to think what. Did you ask a question? I've just been getting stuff from my FT-17. Need my general, though. Showing off the garage. Don't let them lie to you. Smoking a cigar. Models?
I've got, I believe it was, I'm going to get the name wrong, I'm sorry. I think it's John, KG6BBN.
I don't like that one.
Yeah, this is John, KG6ZBN,
Bakersfield. Just checking in. Nothing much has changed around here. Still hunkering down. We're about up to 300 positive COVID cases here, so hopefully it won't increase too dramatically, but we're all doing our part. So good talking to you guys. Back to you, KG6 ZBN in Bakersfield.
All right, John, thanks for checking in. And then directly after you, I didn't get your call, but there was a lady from Pleasant Grove that had checked in. Could you come again?
KN6GST, Pleasant Hill.
That's a 220, J-Pool.
All right, thanks for your call sign. Did you have anything you wanted to add to the anti-net tonight?
Oh, no.
At all. I just tripped over you guys, and I am actually trying to find out more about you now that I see all my local yokel buddies are on here. This sounds like fun.
Like someone's following us.
I am not lurking.
I love you, Sandy.
Zoom just shut down on us. We hit our 40 minutes, so it should be able to come back in. Thank you. KM6FAK.
I'm never going to be able to find that link again. Next up, we have KE6KWV.
What's going on, Brother Nick and the group? Jason, everybody else, it's good to hear everybody. What a really amazing thing you've got going on. 2MC crew, it's so impressive, you know, to see so much enthusiasm and all the involvement. You guys have really created an energy here that's a lot of fun to follow. So I just tip my hats off to you, Jason, and everybody else involved that put this together. What a phenomenal way to get a bunch of hams together. I've even noticed a few people that are in the chat rooms that are waiting to get their license, that they're very pleased to see this kind of organization come together. It's given them something to look forward to, and they're eager to get that test going. So thanks for being out here and doing what you guys are doing. It's great to see it, be a part of it, and hope everybody stays safe and healthy. It's Kilo Delta 6 Kilo Whiskey Victors, Bobby and Concord clear. 7-3 all.
Thanks for checking in, buddy. Next up, we've got KO4AWV, Roy.
Late check-in.
Go ahead.
You. NN6 Echo, late check-in for the anti-net. Thank you.
Check-in.
Yeah, this is KO4 Bravo Whiskey Victor. This is Royce in Kentucky. I'm sitting here with my wife. We're watching YouTube live through EchoLink, and we're dealing with a 70-mile-an-hour storm right now.
There from here, Tokyo, Japan. Incredible. The commotions going on over here between what the
oh boy,
the Prime Minister.
That wasn't me.
I got most of that there, Roy. Stay safe, and thank you so much for checking in. I didn't catch the call, but I got the name was Rick with a partial call of Bravo, India. Come on in, Rick, if you're still around.
Yeah, this is Rick in Vacaville. It's Alpha Golf 6, Bravo, India. This is my first time checking in with you guys.
Well, welcome.
Was wondering if you also had me. NN6 EE.
How could we miss you, Jim?
I got you there, Jim. I will come to you in just one moment. Rick, what say you? What do you have for the net?
Oh, nothing. Just checking in for the first time.
Well, we appreciate you coming by, and feel free to stick around. We got some interesting topics coming up here. And thank you so much, AG6BI. And next up, we've got Jim, NN6EE.
Hey, all I wanted to do was check in. I know it's a little late, but that's it. Thank you.
Holy smokes. Thank you so much.
All right, we've got you down here, Jim. Thanks for checking in. And that, I believe, concludes my list. Is there any missed or late check-ins that would like to come now?
Whiskey Bravo 6, Whiskey Yankee Foxtrot.
D6 BQX.
November 6, Romeo X-Ray Tango.
You guys come one at a time and let him give your call back to make sure he's getting him down right.
WD6 Baker Queen X-Ray. Whiskey Dog 6 Baker Queen X-Ray.
All right, so I got 4 people in there. We'll take those and then we'll take the next check-ins. I've got WB6 WYF. Go ahead.
Yeah, WB6 WYF Mike in Vacaville. I have 2 things. Last week, somebody on here was talking about doing a CW training session on 2 meters. If that person's around, I'd like to know who it was. And yeah, the heck with the other thing. It's a great net, guys, and I love what you're doing. WB6 WYF.
Yeah, thanks for checking in. And to answer that question, is there anybody out here that had that conversation last week that wants to chime in for Mike?
W1FRD, Fred, were you the one that was talking about CW online classes last week?
Where'd Fred go?
If you're talking to me, no. There was somebody talking about that and wanted to set up a schedule for 2 meter CW, and I was trying to find out who that was. Maybe I could work with him.
Yeah, I copy. I was seeing if Fred was out there, W1FRD. I believe he was working on that, but apparently not, or he's off. W6CRP.
Yeah, interested in doing CW and trying to learn it, but that wasn't my conversation.
Well, Mike, if you want to stick around after the anti-net for a little bit, I'm sure we could either find out who that conversation was or get you in contact with somebody. Because Lord knows we all need to learn a little bit more about CW. At least I do. So thanks for the check-in, and if you're around after the net, we'll see what we can figure out. Next up, we have N6RXT.
Good evening to the net. N6RXT. Name here is Doug, and I'm located in Sacramento. And I've just started listening to your repeater a couple of weeks ago. I had heard that you guys recently got AllStar, and so I've been kind of parking over here a bit. And I've been enjoying the conversation and plan to start hanging out here a little bit more, listening, and hopefully participating. Great net, and thanks a lot. N6RXT.
Great, Doug. Thanks for checking in. Next up, I've got a partial call of BQX. I think it was WD6 BQX.
Roger on that. WD6 BQX. This is the second time I've checked in. I like your programming. Enjoy your nets. And if anybody wants to learn CW, there's a program on the internet you can pick up. It's just type in G4FON in your Google search, and you'll come up with the G4FON website and download the Coke Method CW Trainer. I've been using it for at least a year now, and it's very good, and it allows you to manipulate a lot of different things, so you can have a lot of fun with it. That's all I got. WD6 BQX clear.
Okay, thanks for that. And I'll relay that just again, just in case anybody missed it. It was Golf 4, Foxtrot, Oscar, November. If you type that into your search, you can look up the Coke method for CW training. Was that right?
That's a Roger, and like I said, it's very user-friendly. Over.
Well, I'll be searching that advice a little bit. Okay, so before we jump into our next round of check-ins, I'm going to pass it over to Jason and give him a chance. We have a little topic tonight, and I'll give the floor to him to discuss that. CAN6DAL to Jason.
Okay, yeah. Hey, what's going on, everybody? KM6FAK here. So, let's see. Can everyone see that? Should I make it bigger? What button can I push? I think that should be okay. All right, so tonight I just want to touch on some Q signals. As on the radio, you do hear quite a bit of Q signals. So I'm just going to kind of talk about the basic ones, the ones we hear quite a bit. So QRL, not that popular, but that is a "Are you busy? I am busy." And one thing I should say is the Q codes go all the way back to, Morse code, CW, telegraph, in that you really wanted to keep it shorthanded. And what I've discovered in looking into this a little bit and learning more about it is that a lot of these Q codes is both it could be a statement or a question as you put that out on the air. And a lot of times you don't necessarily hear it as a question, but that's only probably because I'm not a CW operator. You know, I'm sure a few guys out here, Jim comes to mind right away, and then 6EE, a lot of CW he works. So yeah, let's just run down a few here. So QRM, are you being interfered with? Or I am being interfered with. You hear that sometimes where you'll have a station and they'll say, yeah, I have a lot of QRM on me right now, or you've got a lot of QRM on you, and they're talking about it. It's just hard to hear you because there's some kind of interference. It could be a birdie, it could be another station. Let's see here. QRO, you don't hear that too much, but that is increased power. And then QRP would then be decreased power, but a lot of times you hear QRP referred to, oh, you know what? You don't see, I should probably do this. Now you can see my face on YouTube. Yeah, so QRP oftentimes is not you're asking someone or telling someone to decrease power. A lot of times that is used as a descriptor of what kind of radio you're running. You're running a QRP rig, or you're going to go do some QRP. So a lot of times you'll hear 10 watts or less for QRP. QRQ, send faster. QRS, send slower. So I think probably more that CW, although there's one guy, Mitch, I think I would say QRS at times to him. QRT, you might hear that. I'm going to be QRT on your final. I'm wrapping things up. I'm heading to bed. I got stuff to do. So QRT, I'm going to go away. How about QRU? I haven't used that one. Do you have anything for me? I have nothing for you. QRU. Let's see what else we got here. There's a lot. I'm not touching on all of them. Obviously, just simply Google to find more. How about QRZ? You hear that quite a bit if you ever tune in, listen, or participate in a contest. QRZ typically comes at the end. So let's say you're calling CQ, you're working a station, having a QSO, and then you're going to say QRZ because at that point you're finished. And you're finished and you're looking for someone new. And that's kind of what you see here. By who am I being called? You are being called. So, that's where that kind of comes into play, QRZ. And, of course, the fantastic website. If you don't have a profile picture up in your own AllStar, that's why it's showing a very sad, saggy antenna there on the screen if you're looking at the screen. Let's scroll down here a little bit more. How about QSL? You hear that quite a bit, especially exchanging QSL cards. So what it says is, can you acknowledge my receipt? I acknowledge your receipt. Sometimes you'll also hear that on HF. If you're really just trying to, work that station and they can barely hear you, you'll kind of give them a QSL, and that will be meaning, do you understand me? You'll say QSL. I guess you don't have to say it like that, but you get the point. How about a QSO? So, can you communicate with? I can communicate with. And oftentimes we use a QSO is the conversation is going on, or I had a previous conversation with someone else. QSY, also fairly common. You'll hear some guys chatting maybe on simplex. Let me reset the repeater. KM6FAK. And so they might be on the repeater, they might be on simplex, and they want to move over to another station. So you'll hear someone say, hey, let's QSY over here. Going down next, QTH. I think that's definitely a very popular one. What is your position, your location? So what's interesting is QTH is often referred to as, hey, where's your QTH? Meaning, where do you live? But reading the verbiage on QTH, it's actually just asking you, what's your location right now? And, a lot of times we're at home on the radio, but often enough you do hear people ask, hey, what's your QTH? Meaning, where do you live? I'm here in Vacaville. So yeah, so that kind of wraps that up. And I just wanted to drop one more down, which I thought was pretty interesting, especially if you're doing HF or simplex, more websites, of course. I didn't make any of this up. Is the RST code. That is kind of like the receive and transmit. So you'll see here, a lot of times you're given a 1 through 5 and then another 1 through 9. So if you're the best, that's a 5-9. You're a 5-9. Oftentimes in contests, you'll hear, you're a 5-9. Everybody's a 5-9. It reminds me of Oprah Winfrey, just handing out 5-9s, even though they're not, because you're just trying to dig them out of the noise. But the idea is that first number, a 1 is unreadable. A 2 is barely unreadable. 3 is readable with considerable difficulty. 4 is readable with practically no difficult. And 5 is perfectly readable. So that first number has to do with how well you can hear them. Because in some cases, they can have a low signal strength, but you can still hear them, especially if you're somewhere with a low noise floor. And again, a lot of this will be more HF. That first number is used in HF very commonly. And then moving on to that second number is S1 is faint. S2 is weak, all the way through S9. And in most cases, you're going to have 9 bars on your radio of some sort. It could be an HT. It could be, a nice bass. But do note, those bars on your radio do not equal the same level of decibel of receiving strength. So from one radio to another, it doesn't exactly equal a measured amount. The only thing you can kind of go with is, hey, normally I get you about an S5 on simplex, and now you're coming in like S9. And again, FM simplex, you can give that S number very easily because you see their signal strength. And in most cases, you don't give that first number because they'll probably be either a 4 or a 5. You're just kind of giving that overall signal strength that shows up on your radio. So anyways, I'm going to kick it back to Nick. Let me know if there's questions on it. But some of this is probably a review, or maybe the first time you're hearing it, or just simply demystifying Q codes. This is KM6FAK.
And there's also a few that individuals should know when using CW, Jason, not Q codes, but other important letters.
What are your top 5, Jim? Because I know you're on CW quite a bit.
Yeah, like when you're in a QSO and you're turning it over to him, whom you're talking to, it's your call
Oh, okay. NK.
And like if you're ending your transmission completely, it's SK.
Oh, silent key.
And if you're completely leaving the air, it's SKCL. Charlie Lima. And N6 EE.
You forgot AR.
Oh, AR is superfluous anyway. Hardly anybody uses it.
Nick, back to you. It looks like Nick lost a node there. I don't know. Are you back on yet, Nick? No, it doesn't sound like it. He was having problems with the node.
On the screen, it looks
so
like you
he's
have
out.
your
Did
mic
anybody else
off
have any
too,
questions
and
about the Q codes?
There was one other code, QST, and that means calling all amateurs.
For general information.
Nick?
Take control.
Yeah.
On the air right now, mate.
Hey,
Okay.
Hey, Nick, I'm gonna put you on the air, okay?
So I think we lost the node from
I'm gonna
Nick
mute.
up
I'm
there
gonna mute
in
everyone.
Washington. But hey, that was pretty cool. Having net control from all the way up north. I can see on Zoom you're nodding again, Nick. Are you back online?
Yes, through another avenue, I'm back on the air. Sorry about that. I'm having a little bit of trouble with my connection there.
All right, perfect. Take it away.
Yeah. Anyhow, Jason, thank you so much for that. We've got I think a few more people that probably need to check in, so we can go ahead and do that now. If you guys want to come with your call sign one at a time, I'll acknowledge it, and then we'll move on to the next person. So any other check-ins that we have, come now.
Whiskey 0 Whiskey X-Ray Lima.
All right, K0 Whiskey X-Ray Lima. Thanks for checking in. Next.
Whiskey 0 Whiskey X-Ray Lima.
Did you get
Perfect,
that, Nick?
Got that. Thank you. Next check-in, coming now.
Whiskey 6, Papa Oscar Tango.
All right, W6 POT, got you in here. Next check-in.
That's a great call.
Kilo Bravo 0 Alpha.
Okay, I got KB0A. Go ahead, next station.
Kilo Romeo 0 Echo Foxtrot Romeo.
Okay, KR0EFR. Next station, please.
Whiskey 0 Delta Alpha Mike.
Okay, got you in here. Next station. Okay, then let's take from the top there. We've got K0WXL. You got anything for the net tonight?
Oh boy.
It's Whiskey 0 Whiskey X-Ray Lima.
Got it. Thank you. W0WXL. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a different one for this part of the world. Great show tonight, guys. Really enjoy listening in on it. A couple of weeks ago when I was on, I talked about my poor old Heathkit SA2040, and I think it's given up the ghost. It's about ready to become a footrest. So I'm
and I've got a contact for a guy that I've talked to, and I might be buying from him an SA-2060. He said it's in really good shape. So I'm looking to get that, and hopefully we'll get back on the HF bands. But that's about all the things that are going on with me right now. So back to Net. Again, thanks very much. It's a pleasure to be able to listen in to all you guys.
All right, thank you for checking in. Next up, we have W6POT.
Hey guys, this is John over here in Tracy, W6POT, and wanted to say hi to W4MAF if he's still in there. That was pretty surprising to hear him here. I talk to him usually in the mornings through AllStar on the 220 system out in Virginia. So it's cool to hear him in here, and it's a cool thing you guys got going on here. And have a good night, W6POT.
All right, thank you for checking in. Next up, we have KB0A.
Yeah, contact.
Go ahead, Jim. Nick, I'm going to have to ask you to repeat that, but let's hear Jim real quick.
Okay. I'd like to have a station on here, QSY. W0 Whiskey X-Ray Lima. Are you out here, Dave? NN6EE. And can you QSY to a 5-2? Over.
Sure. I'll QSY right now. W0WXL, QSY to 5-5.
5-2. Yeah, okay. Net, thank you very much. And then 6, Echo, clear.
All right, very good. Sorry about that, Nick. I forgot to push the PTT. Go ahead, all yours.
No problem. All right, next up we have KR0EFR.
Good evening, Net. Just over here, just checking in. Just wanted to know that my daughter's taking one of those CW classes over Zoom with the Long Island CW class, something like that. And so she takes that in the morning with their 12 o'clock classes, and she's like in 3rd grade.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Very cool. All right, take it away, Nick.
Okay, next up we have W0DAM. Okay, I think that's all I've got. Any other late check-ins?
KM6ZTH.
All right, KM6ZTH, go ahead.
Just saying hi, nothing new to add.
I'm watching you as I'm talking to you. It's interesting. That's a little different dynamic to ham radio than I'm used to. But all right, so quick ad on our Facebook page. We're up to 125 members as of today. So awesome progress there. If anybody hasn't had a chance to, feel free to check in there to the Facebook page at 2MC. You can also log in to 2 Meter Crew. That's the number 2 metercrew.com. And you can find out more information about us there. Before we shut her down, I'll give it one last chance for a quick check-in if there's anybody that we missed or any other traffic that anybody wants to add.
This is Whiskey Dog 6 Baker Queen X-Ray again. One last thing. That CW program is free. There's no charge for it, and so don't expect to pay any money. He does like a QSL card from the people using it, though, so if you're nice enough to send him one, he's very appreciative. Over.
Okay, great. Thank you for that information. And again, if there's anybody that's interested in that, feel free to stick around after the meeting and we can talk about that. A quick thank you to all the people involved. We've got Carlos, Justin, Chris, Jason, too many people to list, but this couldn't go on without everybody's support, and we really appreciate it. And then a huge thank you to the W6VVR repeater and the Vaca Valley Radio Club. They do a huge job supporting us and giving us the time on the air here to get everybody together. And for all of you who are first-time check-ins, thank you so much for coming in tonight and visiting with us. And if you guys have any questions or anything like that, you can ask any of us after the net, and we'd be happy to answer any of them for you. So with that, if there's nothing else to add, I'll go ahead and close the net out back to regular operation.
Well done. Thanks for covering it this week, Nick. Great job. And I want to know how you guys did all the nice backdrops there on Zoom. Looks pretty good, better than the old garage behind me.
It's just an old garage behind us.
Yeah, here, you want to see my magic trick? Hey Nick, I gotta know what happened to your AllStar link. Did the smoke come out?
I have no idea, but I've got a friend who's up here who his went down too, and I was looking for Mike. Can somebody find out what Mike WG5EEK's number is? What his node number is, and I'll try to connect to it really quick.
It's WG5EEK dash.
That's his EchoLink. His node number is like 50101 or something.
Oh, okay. Mike, are you on the air? Can you did something happen to AllStar? I'm just curious.
A double there.
Hey, the node number is 51010. This is WG5EEK.
Kansas
radio check.
Yep, you're getting there, Nick.
Hey, I got my head back.
I think the problem came down to, oh, I gotta stop that. Hold on.
Like, whoa.
Can you hear me?
It looks like the whole problem is going on with the VVR AllStar node setup.
Is there a question?
Double break.
Go ahead, break. I'm sorry, that was a joke. Sorry, guys.
Double break means emergency.
Stop it.
Hey, turn on the video audio.
Okay, you
Turn
want
on my audio.
Net logger.
your audio's on.
Jason, you're still here?
Oh, now I feel really bad. Nobody wants to talk to me.
Jason might be wrapping up the YouTube video.
I can hear Rod.
I think we're either having a little bit of technical difficulties and winding down the net.
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Hey, Chris, thank you very much for running the net logger. Don't know what issue I'm having, but I'm not even logging on down here. Something with my computer, not getting on the Wi-Fi. But thanks a million again for doing that. And one last thing, remember to actually close the net when you get out of net logger, or else it'll just run and run and run. Yeah, copy. I'm going to try to move these check-ins over to contacts and save the file, so maybe the next time we got a list of who we had on from this one, and hopefully I'll get better at login, because I got to apologize to those that I missed. There were a few, and they probably didn't get called back out to have a say tonight, but we'll get her down. We're getting there.
Question about net
Carlos saw me. That's awesome.
No, Chris, you did an awesome job. Thank you so much for your help. And yeah, towards the end there, I don't know what happened, but it looks like the W6VVR AllStar node, Kevin's node, isn't linking properly because I'm on Mike's node right now, and I should have switched right away, but I lost his number, and then I panicked, so I turned everything up. So I turned my computer up, and I turned my node radio up, and so as soon as I got it back online, it was like 5 different versions of MySpace all screaming at me at the same time, and I had to run around and try to shut them all down again.
Yeah, because there's like a lot of people connected to his node there, so it kind of got overloaded. So kind of maxing out the nodes there, but you know, running off a Pi, I'd say it's not too bad. WG5EEK.
They're trying to get through on a netlogger question. Go ahead, station.
This is WB6WYF with a question for the person who's running netlogger.
Go ahead. This is Chris in Clayton, N6CMB with the netlogger going tonight.
Chris, are you running Windows or Linux?
Neither. I'm running a Mac OS.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I have a Linux problem, and I'm hoping maybe just outside chance you did. All right, thank you, sir. Have a good evening. WB6WYF.
Oh, love that dig.
And Rod, back to you, sir.
Ooh, 59.
Why? Well, I didn't. Wasn't that on the repeater just then?
So,
No.
Nick, how did you really do that backdrop back there?
It's honestly, it's the same setup as Justin has there. If you look, it's Justin, right? KM6. You got your backdrop halfway. It's Justin, right?
ZTH, and yes, it's Justin, me.
I had it right. Yeah, it's the same thing. So if you look at my screen right now, like I'm moving it, it's just a green screen with a digital backdrop.
Way beyond my capabilities. That looks great, though. W6CRV.
K7BLA.
He's the one that made the original one. See, you can see the screen turning green right there when he moves it around. But yeah, he made that sign. I just robbed it off of GroupMe and put it on my computer. So I'm the hack job. He was the original.
Yeah, a little birdie told me he has patches also with that on there. The Velcro patches for his hat. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, I asked him about the hats about a month ago, and I've been checking my mailbox every day and crying when I don't see it.
What a stud.
KN6ACK, Daryl, question?
Yeah, go ahead, Daryl. It's all yours.
So you were talking about pre-check-ins on the netlogger. How do I get there to do that?
You guys want me to let me answer that one?
Yeah.
Hey, Chris. Since I've become acquainted with this little thing. So yeah, it may or may not be that convenient. NetLogger is a free program you can download for Windows, PCs, and I think I just learned tonight, Linux as well. So you would download that program, and when you log in, when the net is active, you'd be able to find one labeled 2-meter crew anti-net, and you can log in yourself, and you can log yourself in on there. So it's if we get tonight we had probably 40 plus check-ins. If 10 of those or more can be self check-ins, it helps just kind of move things along and keep the net from running too long.
Cool, got
it. That works for iPad as well?
To the best of my knowledge, no. Rod, website Rob, Rod, not Rob, he tried to find it for iOS today and had no luck. So I think it's only on PCs and, so Mac, PC, and Linux actual machines.
Yeah, that's correct. I can't get it on my iPad either. And unfortunately, my laptop is the one not wanting to hook up to Wi-Fi, so I got to figure out what's going on there. Okay, cool. So all I've got is an iPad, unfortunately, so I probably won't be able to utilize that. So thanks for the answer, KN6ACK and 73. And bye, Miss Molly. I love seeing you there on the camera. Miss you guys. But it's nice to be able to see your faces. So thanks for helping with the net tonight. W6CRP.
Move to the right, Molly. Move to the right and wave to Bobby Lee.
Can you see her now?
Woohoo! Hey, little Miss Molly. Now I gotta get a camera now. Okay, that's it. Look, I can see her. I see you. I see you. I see you. 86KWV. How awesome.
Hey, if you guys are still zooming, let me in. I'm knocking at the door.
You keep on knocking, but you can't come in.
It just timed out.
Okay, here we go. Same link. Here we go.
How was that for timing? Hi, Molly. Hi, Molly.
All right, so KM6FAK. I just threw it in the chat. If you're on YouTube, the link's in the chat, the password's there. Let's see if we can break Zoom. Come join us. I'll leave YouTube running for a little while.
Figure out how much is a paid membership? Wasn't it only like $15 a month or something?
Yeah, I don't even know. You know, we're hams. We're cheap. Except radios. We buy a lot of those.
I have an account.
Now you tell us.
You guys want me to let me answer that one? Yeah.
Oh, listen to that delay.
So yeah, it may or may not
Don't plan on the video.
Free program you can download for Windows, PCs, and I think I just learned tonight Linux as well. You would download that program, and when you log in, when the net is active, you're going to find one labeled 2-meter crew. Anti-net.
So where's that super lag at? Is that up on the radio? You know?
I don't know. I had to grab mute a few times there.
I have to remember to turn off the sound on the YouTube so it doesn't echo in through.
All right.
Zoom.
That's what it
Excellent
is.
job on the net tonight, guys. That was fun. I enjoyed Zoom more than I thought I would. Good job, Nick. Chris, thank you for the logger. Justin for keeping us all lined up and set in. Whiskey 6 CRP. I think I'm going to go ahead and clear out and head upstairs.
All right, Carlos, 7-3s. Thanks for giving me a shot at the net tonight, and if you ever need help in the future, I'm ready to destroy this thing.
Later, Carlos. I'll tell you, every time I look at your roof, it trips me out because I was thinking you had a camera in here somewhere. And I look at your roof, and I looked up, and I'm like, whoa, no way.
It's the old garage that I'm slowly sheetrocking and redid, put a new floor and everything in it this last year. But that's still the old, I saved that wood. I like the look of the ceiling. Hang on, I'll show you.
Yeah, that's the challenge. Ugh, I can't make it stop.
That's some echo with that EchoLink going on.
Okay, here we go.
It's crazy, bro. I'll have to show you a picture when I can of this. Then you'll think you're in my garage, I'm in your garage. What the hell? KD6 KWV. It's good to see you guys, man. You guys rocked it tonight.
XTVT, can you go over to 39?
All right, we got 12 people in the Zoom, in the free Zoom. I just keep restarting it. Yeah, so it's not too bad. I mean, it does kill it appears after 40 minutes, but I just relaunched the same one. I don't have to redo the invite or the password, so that's pretty easy.
So my kids are using Zoom now to do their schoolwork and stuff, so if they have to keep logging in every 45 minutes, I'm going to start asking questions to the school about how cheap they're being.
Yeah, good point. My kids as well. Are they doing more than 40 minutes? I mean, I think they're probably only doing 30 or so with teachers, but I honestly can't tell you. I'm at work right now. The wife is a little stressed, so bless her heart.
D6BQX. I'm surprised some of the schools are using Zoom. FBI and a bunch of others said it wasn't, shall we say, secure, and they've had pornography on hacked into school channels. So, keep your eyeballs peeled.
Yeah, I saw that, and I think it was especially with the free accounts. I believe if you were their plus or premium or paid account or whatever, it added some other dimension to it also.
Well, the schools aren't using free accounts, I can tell you that right now. And our school district here in Fairfield, Suisun, went with Google's classroom setup, and they aren't having any problems, and it's been A-OK.
Good to know, and go ahead, comment.
CAN6VNQ. My school is not going to be participating in using the Zoom app. We're actually going to use the Google Hangouts app. Personally, I'd much rather prefer Zoom, given our classes are only going to be like 20 minutes each, because Google Hangouts is much more laggy. Their internet connection's not the greatest. You're freezing every second, and but Google Hangouts seems to be the alternative if Zoom doesn't work out for schools.
I guess we'll just have to keep a close eye on it, and if it turns ugly or anything, we'll just shut her down.
Quite honestly, I'm worried about these group of hams we got here, right here. I'm kidding. Yeah, so how about that? We got 14 people in the Zoom. Way cool. Just hanging out. Looks like we're doing show and tell. Yeah, show us your shack. If you got something to show there, whip that camera around. Bruce is showing us an old Motorola speaker. And what's that radio? That's a kind of small. You know, I could probably make it bigger if I click on here.
It's muted.
There we go. Oh, yeah, I'm coming across the radio. Ah, a Linko. We've got an Linko. And then, oh, Justin's got his green screen up, it looks like.
I joined that amazing call that I'm watching right now, but A, I just hopped out of the shower, and B, I'll leave the face reveal for a field day.
Okay.
And thank you for that.
What?
'73s, Rod.
73s. Looks like it's, my take on Zoom is that it works very, very well. And I think I think Jason has a quick finger, so if something pops up, he'll swat it down with that big forefinger of his. So anyway, 73s was really great tonight. I think the Zoom thing definitely added an extra dimension to it. That's really cool. So we'll just see what we can think up going down the road. But I really had a lot of fun tonight. Not for the first time, but centuries.
See you, Rod. Although you look like you're in the witness protection program there in your video.
Yeah, I have to work on my lighting, right?
All right. Well, give us your call one more time for everyone.
Whiskey Alpha 6, Papa, Kilo Juliet. Anyway.
All right.
Good evening, and I especially liked all the kids making their appearance on the program. I thought that was also an added dimension that was pretty cool. Centuries.
All right, take care, Rod. Yeah, I was bringing him through Zoom into the repeater, so I wanted to make sure we stay legit. But yeah, very good, guys. This is KM6FAK. Feel free, pipe up. This is just open chat. Just having fun before I kill the stream.
I have a question for Chris, 2E0UKH. Do you know how to get a talk group from Brandmeister if we wanted more?
Hey, Chris.
Sounded like someone had a question.
Still wondering about the definition of QRL.
QRL, I am busy. That's what it says.
That's not what we've been using it for years and years. QRL is this frequency in use.
Oh, okay, QRL. Yeah, I'm reading that right, and I'm on the ARRL.org. So, yeah, I did find that the quote-unquote official list is not necessarily what we commonly use, and that's probably true with our English language. I mean, there's so many slang words. For that matter, they made Urban Dictionary a thing. So, no, I get that. There's differences.
And the other one that you missed was QR Nancy. I'm not able to copy due to the noise.
Actually ends for natural noise.
Carlos needs another drink.
Just, Jason, add that one to your list too, because that's a pretty common one that you use on CW.
Okay, yeah, copy that. Yeah, it's definitely on the list. I was just trying to hit the big ones that I've heard out there on phone contests. But I do realize I'm only using a portion of my privileges, not doing CW.
6 CMB.
Wow. And then the ending, make sure that they know that DE means that you send your call DE, and then, their call, your call.
Yeah, heard you in there, Chris. Yeah, DE, that's like a Spanish, I think, or Latin.
It's always been FAK, DE, XYZZ type thing. And then at the end of the CW, if you're in contact with somebody, you send AR, which means everybody else kind of stay away. I'm not open to contacting anybody else. You're just
stomp them, Chris.
Focusing on that particular station.
Copy that. Yeah, I did a quick Google search, and DE in Spanish is of, from, or by. They kind of use it a few different ways, so that makes sense. Okay, go ahead, Chris. I heard you there.
Hey, I was net logging tonight, so while I was at times in Zoom, I didn't get to see how it worked out. Now, what's the better etiquette, to transmit and listen over the radio when you're in the Zoom, or is it working better for you guys to use the microphone on your computer and go out that way? What's working?
I'm staying radio. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, agreed. Radio is much better because, Nick had a failure. So we were, at that point I helped him out. But it kills my left hand if people are coming through Zoom. So it kind of handicaps me in switching things around and typing things about.
Well, I guess it lets the guys in the background can do a little peanut gallery too, right, on the regular mics.
That, by the way.
And then while we're transmitting. Very cool. Looks like it went off all right. Pretty. We had a lot of things in the air tonight, that's for sure.
Jason and the whole crew, that was great.
Thank you. Yeah, a lot of fun. Just having fun here. And the Zoom is still going on. If those want to join, it's just scroll up in the YouTube chat. I'm gonna get ready and kill the YouTube live stream because people are just chatting about in Zoom, which is way fun. I'll key it in. There's some QRM there. All right, you guys are on YouTube now. I have to go back and forth. There's
KM6ZTH. I'm digging that microphone setup there. What do you got going?
I'm testing it out. How does it sound right now, Chris? It's a really cheap USB mic.
It sounds great.
Shutting down the YouTube. I don't know if he heard you there.
I can hear
I'm
through
only
Zoom.
through on Zoom. Yeah, it's not
Through Zoom. It sounds great, man.
Yeah, it's not. It's a USB mic.
It's a little bassy, but it sounds good.
Yeah, perfectly readable.
It's just a little bit bassy, but it sounds good.
I see a couple of guys out there with some nice microphones working it.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, Jim, go ahead.
I have Zoom muted, so I just wanted to sign off to everyone out there in YouTube land. Thank you for watching. This was a lot of fun. It was a little more challenging to get Zoom to work, but I think for the most part, like always, right? It's just massive chaos. But I don't know. It's just so much fun. So thank you for joining us. Next Wednesday we'll be back. Actually, matter of fact, if you made it this far, put in 7-3 in the comments. Hold on, not the live stream comments. If you're watching this later, I'm curious if you're watching it all the way through. So put in 7-3 in the comments below, being this is a recorded, you're not watching it live. Because I'm watching a few people say 7-3.
Hey, Justin, you're not on the air right now. But,
lots of 7-3, David.
Your audio got really quiet
another
when you
thing,
messed
too,
with it.
is tonight is Wednesday night, of course. Tomorrow is Thursday night. Tomorrow will be the first time that
it's still quiet.
local club here in Vacaville will be holding their
Okay, this is a different switch now. Should have better presence,
right
but
here
the bass
in
as
my
it rolled
shack,
is
essentially.
too bassy
exactly
still.
what you see. A couple
it's
people
a
are
little
on
bit
Zoom
bassy, but I don't think you can get away
so
from
feel
it.
free to
That's
jump on in.
actually
It's just going to be there on YouTube if you'd like to enjoy a local club meeting tomorrow night, 7 o'clock.
All right, how
Thank you,
about
Paul.
now?
Thank you, Chris.
That
It's
might
great
take
seeing
some-
everyone in the chat.
There's a
And we'll
couple
catch you
things
next time.
going
This
on
is KM6 FAK Jason here, of course, in Vacaville.
How much was that
7-3.
mic?
Up to his classes 3 different times just
Dude,
because they